Hi, students, welcome back. So, we've already read our poem, The Copper Beech, right? So, now we're going to complete activity 4.2. So, we're going to go through some of the questions by together, and I'm going to have you complete some of the questions independently. So, let's look at number one. Looking at the image above and using the clues from the words of the poem, instead of to draw a circle, we're going to write out where we think the speaker would be located and then write a sentence below or to explain what details in the problems help us to know this where the speaker would be located. So when I say speaker, I'm referring to the author, and the author we know is Mary Howe. So where did she say she was located, or where do we think she was located, and if she was in this picture, right? So here we would know from just our poem that she was where? Somewhere inside of the tree, right? So her location, so I'm going to say she was in somewhere in the tree. That was where she was, right? The speaker was should be placed because we're thinking about where should we place within the tree. And then our second question, what evidence or what from the poem tells us that she would be somewhere in the tree? And for me, if we look at our poem, it says that she was near the trunk, close to the center, not very high in the branches. So we can say she was near the trunk, close to the center, not not very high in the branches, right, students? Not very high in the branches. Perfect. So we have our answer. She was somewhere within the tree. And how do we know that? Well, because it says near the trunk, close to the center, and not very high in the branches. That is our evidence from within the poem. Okay, so then number two, it says in line 5, the speaker mentions what she did in the tree. What words does she use to describe what she did in the tree? Right? So let's go to our poem. Okay, it says I could lean against the trunk and practice being alone. So, boys and girls, if you haven't already, make sure you label your line. So, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In line 5, because it says, according to line 5, the speaker mentions what she did in the tree. What words does she use to describe what she did in the tree? What did it say she did in the tree? I could lean against the trunk and practice what? Being alone. So, that is our answer. So, here, what could she do in the tree? She could practice practice being alone, right? That came exactly from the poem itself. Number 3, it says later in the poem, the speaker says she was happy. Look at the poem and find a word or words that suggest why the speaker felt happy. And then we're going to underline those words or words. And then we're going to use those words to write a sentence that explains what made the speaker happy. Okay, so let's look in our poem to see those things. Okay, students, so we have a few more minutes. We're going to stop this video and come right back and finish our question.